New Jersey Paranormal Project in collaboration with William Helms, C.A.S.P.E.R, Catskill Area Society for Paranormal Education and Research. Burlington County Prison in Mount Holly Township, New Jersey, operated from 1811 to 1965. In its years of operation, the prison housed murderers, kidnappers, abusers, alcoholics, adulterers, debtors, undesirables, mentally ill, and even a pirate. The prison was designed by Robert Mills, and its design showcased progressive thinking for the time. When built, the prison had individual cells, fireproof construction, and offered good ventilation for those incarcerated behind its walls. This three-story building with a face of ashlar stones has stood on High Street for generations. The prison now empty and its rooms have fallen silent. It serves as a reminder of how far we have come in the advancements in the penal system and understanding mental issues. The location is rich in history and paranormal claims. Only one could imagine the events that transpired behind its walls and the residual and intelligent spirit activity that could be happening at this location. This is a place where raw human emotion and helplessness abounds.
My life is in darkness. Where is God? Can you tell me? Where can I go? Will I ever find him? I hope so.
Okay, so we are at the Burlington County Historic Prison. We are currently in the Courtyard area. I did walk through and come out here to the Courtyard, and as I opened up and grounded and asked permission to read this place, it's very interesting. I have like different time frames. And the first time frame that I do want to talk about is I do want to talk about colonial. I have to talk about colonial. I want to talk about colonial, and it's like a family who owns. It's like a family who owns this area. They're talking about travel. So they're talking about moving from Philadelphia to New York, Philadelphia to New York. They're like, it's a travel, it's a throughway to come through here. And I also feel like there are goods from this area specifically that would have gotten on these wagon trains. I don't know, but I do want to talk about the Revolution. I feel like there were, how I want to describe this is like post-revolution justice. So post-revolution, okay? So like people who after the revolution were found guilty of stuff. So, I mean, that would be like 1780s to 1790s. They were found guilty. Like there was still this sense of I don't trust you. There's a strong connection to Philadelphia where, what is this? It feels like wealthy people from Philadelphia were here and settled here or did something here, but it's specifically from Philadelphia. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna stop with that. So this was like post-Revolutionary War justice, where there were trials and there was still residual stuff about the war that had to be ironed out and justicated. That's what they're saying. They're saying like it still had to be justicated. So there was a courthouse, which I think we did pass a courthouse, but they want to talk about the courthouse because the courthouse was still in charge of doling out these punishments, okay? Mm-hmm. And they still want to bring me to, like, again, they just want to say post-revolutionary fallout. Okay, there were a few men who were jailed because of that. There is still a word of maybe like very early prisoners might have been considered traitors, but I also want to talk about a bank robbery or like some robbery that happened. This is again early, like 1790 to 1800, where they were like still hammering these things out. And there was a lot of responsibility for this justice in this area. And I want to say that they had a smaller jail, and it might have even been in the courthouse, but there was a smaller area, but they needed to expand. And the reason why they needed to expand was because of, I don't know, they're talking about rowdiness. What else is this? Why do you need more? Okay, so they're saying that this was like a holdover, and there's a very particular holdover type. This was a holdover for awaiting something, a holdover. So this might not have only been Burlington County that people were prosecuted, that were brought here. Like this would have been people that might have been prosecuted in like Morris County or like Sussex County, or like they were brought here because they were awaiting something. I don't know if they were awaiting transfer to like maybe Philadelphia, or if they were awaiting a final trial, but it feels like most of the people here, at least at that time, were waiting. They were waiting on their sentences. Like it was still like not determined what was going to be happening to these people yet. And once they determined what was happening to these people, I think they left. Like I don't think this was like a long-term holding place. Like they would come here from somewhere else. I think they would come here and they were held for their sentencing, or held for while they were like in court, and then once their sentence was established, then they were sent somewhere else. But I do feel like there were okay, so that would be like revolutionary time into the 1800s, but I still want to talk about like even in the 1800s. I'm going to talk about like the men who were here in the 1800s. I don't feel like this was like minor things. Like I feel like this was like, I don't know, robbery keeps coming up, like
heist.
Heist, yeah. And how I get from them is like, they were not, like these were not, you know, like the run-of-the-mill men. Like they were pretty, at least at this time, at the 1800s time frame, they were pretty hardened men, pretty hardened, aggressive, dangerous men. But that changed, okay? So there was like I said, the beginning was still like Revolutionary War fallout. Then there's like this time frame when this was a holding place for pretty egregious things. And then I go to a later time frame and I don't feel like it's as egregious. Like it was more of like, okay, these were the people who were from Burlington County who were charged of whatever, and then this is where they were held. I feel like it was like I feel like there's 3 different time frames. So like right at the beginning, 1800s, and then I don't really know what happened in the 1920s. I don't know why that's not popping up. I don't know why there's nothing in particular that feels like it's coming from that time frame right now. And then like the later time frame, like more modern. There was severe punishment, and everybody knew it. They were like, don't fuck up, don't. And this waned, okay? So it was like, it waned. It like wasn't as intense in the beginning, and then like it intensified with their punishments and severity and borderline torture almost, to be honest. Like borderline torture, these men, if they did something wrong, and then it kind of tapered off to the end. I don't know why. I don't know if that was because of like prison rights acts. But yeah, it tapered off to the end as far as their brutality towards these men. But there was a lack, and I am seeing, and I see them walk. I see them walk around, and I don't know if they also, some of them had chains on their legs. I know this is like so cliche. I mean, right? Like so.
Well, I mean, we're in a prison, Kim,
to have chains on their ankles, but I do think some did. They weren't like chain gang together, but like some did have, if not all of them, did have some kind of thing.
Handcuffs?
I want to.
Ankle cuffs.
Yeah, I want to do the ankle cuffs. So when they were out here, again, it was, I feel like they weren't really allowed to be active. Like there was, like you could be out here, but like they didn't want you really exercising. They didn't really want you getting strong. They didn't really want you doing any of these other things, because then that could mean that like you could gang up on them or something. But they like discouraged movement and activity. I don't know, maybe they had them run around. I also see them running around. So I don't, like a drill, running around. So that doesn't really make sense with them not wanting them to be watching from upstairs. I see somebody watching.
Yeah, have you noticed that I've been looking up a lot?
No.
Because it feels like somebody is watching.
Yeah, I just saw this man. He's up there and he's watching. And he's watching. I think this feels like one of the men who would run this place. He's calling himself a conductor. He's calling himself the conductor. I know they had wardens. I don't know if he was a part of the train industry and then did this, but I see this warden. It's just so cliche too. Okay, I feel like he has a mustache. See, sometimes it's like, is my brain just making this up or is this real? Because I definitely.
Are you thinking corrections officer?
No, he runs this place, and he wants to know exactly what every single man and woman, okay, man and woman are doing.
Do you want me to correlate now?
What?
Do you want me to correlate with what you just said now?
Hold on. Because I think something's coming with this.
Okay.
So I do see him with a mustache, and he controls this place. And I also want to bring up corruption. I want to bring up, this is money. I want to say even maybe money laundering. I don't know, something about that. Money or something, corruption, 1000% corruption. There was corruption from the top to the bottom in this, and there was really nothing that they could have done about it. But he is very intense. I would see him, and I don't think he does the heavy lifting. This man does not do the heavy lifting. He's the one that walks around, makes sure everything is to his liking. He is absolutely derogatory to the inmates, like absolutely derogatory. If I could put it, let me see if I can get a year to this. Okay, 1820s is coming up. 1820s. That's where this man wants me to speak about. 1820s. And he might have been kicked out. Somebody tried to expose him or something. I don't know. He was very proud of what he created here. He was terrible to the inmates, when I tell you terrible. Like, absolutely. I think he even enjoyed torture.
Maybe. Doesn't seem pleasant.
Okay. All right. He's also wanting to talk about, now I'm being brought to the Civil War. I don't know why he would want to talk about that, because I don't think he would have been around here at that time. But I want to talk about the Civil War. What do I want to talk about in the Civil War? Well, there might have been, what would it be? Not Union.
Confederate.
Yeah. There might have been some Confederate captures. Yeah. But the warden definitely wanted to say women. He watched the men and women. I don't like that man at all. I don't like that warden at all.
I can show you something in the gift shop once you're done.
Okay. I don't like that man at all. I was seeing African American men here. I definitely saw that here. What else? I want to say that I even hear murderers, but I don't feel like they stayed here. Like, I feel like it was, again, like they were here for their trial, and then like they were sent somewhere. Is that?
Some murderers were here. That was
Okay.
what some of the executions were. You said you picked up on some of those earlier.
Yeah, I did feel
That's
that.
what some of them were. There were hangings took place here. One of them was a pretty high-profile murder.
Okay.
I can corroborate that again and give a shot for you.
Walking this section here by the Gallows. In my mind's eye, I'm picking up a tubby kind of man. He has a black hat on top of his head, kind of like something you would see, I would say, in the latter, like 1800s black. And he has his arms behind his back, and he's just strolling back and forth here.
Now, I want to do this again. There's 0.6. Now, let's walk to the 0.6, 0.7. Bird, if you laugh, I don't care at this point. I just want to see this thing drop to 0 one more time. Because this is bizarre. There it goes all the way down to 2, down to 1, on the bricks, 0.
0.
Third time. This time the bird, I told the bird don't laugh, and he didn't laugh. Wow, that's weird.
Can you walk up to that red light and light it up?
Thank you.
Thank you. Are you able to do it again and get closer?
Thank you. Wow, this is really amazing.
When I first sat down a week before the investigation and connected with it, I began to see people I felt connected with the prison step forward. Their faces became clear, and I did my best to sketch them back to life. If I could convey their essence, then my job was done. It was very rewarding when I entered the Burlington prison's gift shop. The woman working the counter recognized 2 of the sketches for people that she knew from the history. In the notes that I took for the prison, I noted that there are shadow figures that move throughout the hallways, walking through walls, in and out of cells. These shadows, I feel, are definitely felt on all floors. I also noted that there are many layers of activity here, different time frames that are intersecting. Bank robberies, picking up, there's a lot of people here for theft, bank robberies. A large man with a scar on his face, he comes forward as an observer. I feel that he is really watching things that happen here. He's more of the observing type. Keep hearing the phrase, the man with the hat is in charge. The man with the hat is in charge. I see in the woman's cell block a woman nurse. She's tending to patients. I feel that she's walking back and forth, looking in the cell. She's very concerned about the condition that the women are in, and she feels like it's her job to take care of them. But there's this prominent woman who's walking back and forth in that woman's cell block.
The man with the hat's in charge.
We just arrived at Burlington Prison. And here we are, doing just a walkthrough with the SLS. I got Marcy here with me.
Hello.
I felt activity when we make a right here, Mars.
Okay.
This is where I picked up on a female energy.
Well, hello.
Are you able to wave to us?
Say hi. Yes.
Thank you. Are you able to come closer to us? We mean you no harm.
Not at all. You can come take my hand.
We're going to walk into that room on the right-hand side. You join us, please.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay,
It
you're
just
in there.
moved there.
Yes,
Yeah.
it did. All right. Is it okay if we come in? I'm Marcy.
I'm Rich.
My hair is standing on end.
Now, I drew a female that I feel cared for people in this cell area. She had her hair up. I was thinking the late 1800s. If you're that woman, can you step out of one of these rooms? Or can you show yourself to us? We have a device here. All you need to do is stand in front of it. You can show us your presence.
I'm gonna walk in here. I mean you no harm. We're just here to learn a little bit about you, how your life was while you were here. And we're also very interested to know if you were a prisoner or the warden's wife. We know that the women were kept here.
Drew a beautiful picture here on the wall. Let's hit that stair again from that angle. I just want to make sure we're not just mapping the stairwell.
Nope,
No, it's not there.
same exact angle.
Can you come back? Are you able to come back and stand in that staircase the way that you were standing before? No? That's interesting to me that we can't duplicate it, saying it was mapping the banister to the ceiling or...
Yeah.
Is it okay if I join you? Wow, you wrote a lot here.
When you walked in, there's something mapped literally just over your head. Back up a little.
Thou shalt not speak. God so loved the earth that he gave his only son. Were you religious? Did you find God? You found God. That's beautiful.
Oh my goodness. We're in the 3rd floor of the Burlington County Prison. And we are just here out of respect to try to learn about anybody who'd like to come forth and communicate. I have tools called dowsing rods that you can use for yes and no or directional. Do you know how to use these? Were you a prisoner in this building? Were you a man? Okay.
Was your first name Joel? I'm only mentioning that because right next door to us is where Joel Clow was kept. Did you know Joel? Were you here that same time? No, so this is a different time period.
Were you kept in this cell particularly? Is your name Gary? Henry. Behind you is Henry was here, and Gary. So I'm just trying to feed off the names. So are you Henry? Pleasure to meet you, Henry.
Henry, we have a device on the floor right next to my friend Marcy.
Right there.
Are you able to go up to that gate and try to close it?
Yeah, you can point to it. It's right there. You see it?
You would make that alarm go off, make some noise.
Were you the one who drew the Native American on the wall? Okay. Do you know who did draw it? There's so many years of history in here.
Were you here in the 1800s? Were you executed? Did you get to leave? Were you a debtor?
Were you here for a very long time? No. Were you here for more than 2 months? Were you here for more than 6 months? No. So you weren't a violent man, you just could not pay your bills, or chose not to, is that correct? Things happen, we understand.
An SB7 spirit box. We have a wire going to an external speaker. We're going to sweep reverse AM 350. Can you say that again? What is your name?
8.
Who else is with you?
How many people are here?
8.
How many people are here?
8.
How was conditions?
Dangerous. All right.
Just said.
I heard 8, that's why I came in.
Yeah.
So what was it? 8?
8.
So
There's 7 of us, and the guy from the...
So you're talking about who's alive in here?
They're addressing us.
Oh.
Yes, how many people were in here? And
8.
I heard.
There are.
And then I also heard help.
Yeah.
Would you tell us your name? We have different pieces of equipment we can use to hear your voice in a little bit. Would you like to try that? All right, thank you.
Out of curiosity, was your first name Joel?
Yeah, this is Joel.
Last name Clow?
Oh yeah, this is his area right here.
And you were hung, correct? Can you point to where your body was laid to rest?
Can I step a little closer to that area? All right, I mean no harm. Please show me when I should stop. I am getting that when we were at Jockey Hollow and I just vibrated all over the place. Right here. Oh, okay. Am I standing on top of where your body was placed? And I mean you no disrespect. I'm just trying to figure out where you are. Is it okay if I keep standing here? Thank you. You're standing here with me right now, aren't you? Behind my right side. It's okay. You can touch me gently. Feel free. Okay. This is a beautiful place, isn't it? A lovely tree. This time of year, you can hear the birds. Yeah.
Are you able to communicate with us tonight? I'm Rich. This is our friend Bill, Marcy, inside the prison, Kim, Kyle, and Hayden. We're going to try to communicate with you. And if you know anyone else here, we would love to have communication and have contact. We're here to tell your story.
Are there more here with you that would like to talk? Good. All right. We're going to be here for a little bit of time.
So get your friends together and let them know that there's people here that want to communicate with them. We'd like to hear your stories. Okay. Are there other locations that people's bodies were buried? Can you show me, please? Turn around. Please show me where someone else may have been buried. All right, I'll walk forward. Tell me when to stop, please. Right here. Yep, my hair is standing on end, and that's okay. Are you another male? Okay. Were you hung as well? Can you show me where the prison is, please? Just so we can show people that you know how to. Okay, thank you.
See, it made that, but then right before it made that noise, it sounded like somebody just shot the rope to pull it down in one shot.
I have to agree.
I mean,
we've been out here for
I've
20
done
minutes.
enough flag takings in the service.
Yep.
You guys see, you ladies, women, and men, you see the lights in here? You know, we can actually see you too.
Seriously.
That's the afterburn.
Can you step forward?
What was that?
We would like to communicate.
Did you used to sing songs here?
Why not? Oh. Something's down there.
That's motion.
You can come closer.
That's motion happening inside the beam. And your lantern's going.
Oh, the lantern might be doing it. The lantern, when you shoot it down that way.
Yeah.
No, your headlamp.
Oh,
Your
headlamp.
Headlamp,
Sorry,
yeah.
sorry.
That's okay. That might be setting it off.
Sir, I just heard like fabric rustling.
Were you executed? Did you do it?
Another brand new battery.
Brand new batteries.
Can you tell us where we are? Can you tell us what room we're in?
What room
Solitary or the dungeon.
is this? No, what number? It said 8. Oh my God, this is 8.
This is 8.
It said 8.
I have to listen to that again.
By the way, Kim, you're mentioning shallow legs.
Tried to get
Was a prisoner kept in here named Joel?
We need a REM pod.
It's right here. It's right there.
Can you stand next to my friend Kyle in that corner? Let us know you're in here with us. Our friend Bill is out there setting up the device we had downstairs. We just wanted to try to communicate.
That was a weird sound.
Is anyone in here awaiting execution? And if so, where?
Here.
I'm going to read something. My life is in darkness. Where is God? Can you tell me?
Who wrote that?
That was a southern accent.
Yeah.
Where are you from? Yeah?
Last time I was here, I had something in my hand, and you wanted some of it. Can you, if you can remember, can you tell me what it was? Do you remember what I had in my hand?
Cigarette.
You hear them asking, what was it? What did it say?
No, there's another conversation going on in the background.
Like whispering.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, what was it?
Are you asking your friends what I had in my hand last time I was here? If you don't remember, just say you don't remember. No is in you don't remember, or no, you don't want to tell me you can't remember. It's a lot of questioning for me to figure out.
Do you remember?
Who it was? Last time I was here, it was me, my name is Bill, and Dave was here. And we both had the same thing in our hand, and you mentioned it. Do you remember what you said?
What was that rope out there used for? Murder. Yes, that's correct.
That's a new voice.
It was used for heathens.
That's an old-fashioned word.